Hey yo, what is going on, guys? This is your boy EmeryReigns here, coming at you with another video. In the background, first and foremost, we have one of my favorite competitive matches in Tekken of all time. This is going to be Little Majin versus JDCR at EVO 2018. Now, while we're on the topic of EVO, let's talk about it. So for those of you that may be living under a rock and don't know, and I don't see how you don't know this, but essentially there's a global pandemic right now that's pretty much affecting everything in our lives. Essentially, this pandemic is making it so that we can't do anything that we really enjoy to do outside of playing video games, of course. You can't get haircuts. Yeah, you can't get haircuts. Can't go to the mall. You can't go to the gym. And I need to go to the fucking gym. And of course, you can't go to gaming events. With that said, obviously the gaming community as a whole has felt this. In this instance, we're going to be talking about the fighting game community, better known as the FGC. You know, because of COVID-19, a lot of gaming events have been canceled this year, which in turn caused a lot of world tours for games like Street Fighter and Tekken and Mortal Kombat to be canceled as well. And if you guys don't know this, EVO is pretty much the biggest FGC tournament around. EVO is so big that you don't even have to be a fighting game player to know what it is. I mean, any tournament, especially when it comes to fighting games, that's going to air on national TV on ESPN is pretty fucking big. But with that said, alongside all the other fighting game events that were canceled this year, EVO has been canceled as well. And because of that, EVO goers actually got their tournament entry fees refunded as well as hotel refunds. Now check this out. EVO was actually canceled this year along with the other events, but I want you guys to check out this tweet that was actually posted on the official EVO Twitter page. The tweet says, due to COVID-19, we are sadly canceling EVO 2020 at Mandalay Bay and refunding all purchased tickets. But to keep the EVO spirit alive, we're bringing the event online this summer. More information will be coming soon. The health and the well-being of our community is our highest priority. We hope everyone stays safe during this time, the EVO team. Now again, guys, EVO is pretty much the premier fighting game tournament. When you think about a fighting game tournament, of course EVO is going to come to mind. And you know, I've been to EVO, and when you go to EVO, it kind of feels like you're at the championship of fighting games. Feels like you're finally at that big boss fight in the Coliseum that you've been trying to get to the entire game. So let's talk about this shit, alright? First and foremost, I want people to understand how crazy this shit is. I don't think people are actually putting this into perspective. They're trying to put the biggest fighting game tournament of all time on the internet. So in turn, that's going to turn EVO Online into the biggest fighting game tournament online of all time. And the prestige of this event is so big and so important that there's going to be so many damn entrants for it. And I know a lot of questions are going to be asked, you know, especially from hardcore competitors, whether it's even worth playing in EVO Online at all. You guys have to understand, when it comes to EVO, there's usually really big money involved. And you got to ask yourself, are these players going to sacrifice their sanity by playing in an online tournament just because there's money in it? Are sponsors going to make their players play in this event just because it's EVO? Is this event being online going to have any kind of effect on that at all? Now, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but fighting games are not really the best when it comes to playing online. And a lot of these fighting games these days have really fucking bad netcodes. I hope there's going to be some kind of implementation where they don't allow players to play in EVO Online on fucking Wi-Fi. That has to be gone. You cannot have people playing in Wi-Fi. No offense to you Wi-Fi guys out there, but I'm not going to play in an online fighting game tournament, especially when it's called EVO, against somebody who's in a 3-bar Wi-Fi connection. I'm not doing it. So the biggest question that I honestly have right now for people who are understanding the situation, and obviously for past EVO champions as well, like when you guys think about it, the highest prestige you can have in the fighting game community is to be able to call yourself an EVO champ. To be able to call yourself an EVO champ is an accomplishment that only 1% of the fighting game community is ever going to accomplish, maybe even less than that. So my question is, if Chicken Wing 12, and I'm not even fucking around, if somebody named Chicken Wing 12 beats JDCR in the grand finals for Tekken 7 this year in EVO Online, is he going to be able to call himself an EVO champ? Is he going to have the ability to say, I beat JDCR at EVO? If Gumball 16 wins Street Fighter 5 this year, is he going to have the prestige to be able to call himself an EVO champion? Are we going to put McChicken 16 up there on a pedestal like Daigo and Perfect Legend and Sonic Fox? I already know what people are going to say, and I'm just going to come out and say it. Fuck no. There's no way in hell that those guys are going to be able to call themselves EVO champs. If you want to go out of your way and call yourself an EVO Online champion, then fine, you can have it. But you can't call yourself an EVO champ. I'm sorry. I don't care how many great players you beat. I don't care how much money is on the line. You cannot call yourself an EVO champ. That shit is online, okay? And I'm telling you guys, nothing is more important in fighting games to be able to play in a proper amount of delay. Obviously, you want to play with the least amount of delay as possible, and that can't happen when you're playing online. That's common sense. And again, back to some of these games with their netcodes, some of these fighting games are not really supposed to be played online in the first place, because the online sucks. And another thing to think about how many entrants some of these fighting games have at EVO as it is, and this is a tournament that is very expensive. EVO is in Vegas, and Vegas, I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but it's very expensive. It's like $8 for a bottle of water there. I'm not joking when I say that. It's $8 for a bottle of water there. With that said, if there's so many entrants in person, how many entrants do you guys think there's going to be in an online version of EVO? I really hope there's some kind of cap, because there's going to be 30,000 people playing Tekken 7. So how do I really feel about this? Personally, guys, I really don't give a damn. I don't really care for EVO too much. As you guys know, I do love Tekken. I love the competitive side of it. However, I'm not competitive. I do play the game for fun, and it's definitely something I like to play in my spare time. But you guys know me. You guys know I'm a Dead or Alive guy. I'm a heavy DOA head. I'm a commentator for DOA. I'm a competitor for DOA and a content creator. And as you guys know, DOA has never really been at EVO outside of 2 times. The reason for this is because Mr. Wiz does not like Dead or Alive. He's made it publicly known that he doesn't like Dead or Alive. And because of that, I personally just don't care for the event. One of the 2 times that DOA was at EVO, I was there in 2018 for the DOA Showdown. That was the event that we actually got to get our hands on DOA 6 for the first time. Another question that I have, is there going to be other tournaments this year that are going to follow suit like EVO and have an online event? Is there going to be an online version of Summer Jam? Is there going to be an online version of Kumite in Texas? I mean, I guess we're going to have to wait and find out. But with that said, I'd really like to hear you guys' thoughts on this. You guys are usually really good at leaving your feedback, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. And also, guys, don't forget to check me out on social media at EmeryReigns, and also do not forget to leave a subscription to the channel, guys, if you enjoyed this content. That's going to do it for the video, guys. I will see you next time.